Okay.
go. I didn't hear what you said. You said what?
So you got the agenda,
Oh yeah, yeah. It's
the one
oh
that I'm
yeah.
about to push.
Push an agenda. I mean, you already got that one agenda you always push, so
I got multiple agendas going at any given time, honestly.
same for real, for real. My shits be over. They be blending sometimes, and like I be having to make the stakeholders meet. It be awkward sometimes.
Yeah, overlapping agendas. You know the deal. We move. We got motion.
I try to keep them fully separate, but every once in a while, like I always think about that. Like you just got two groups of niggas meeting each other, and they just looking like, yo, why am I in the room with these niggas? and
What
you
we
just like
got in common.
it's like don't worry, 20 minutes it'll make sense. Promise.
All right, so your job is to feminize black men,
He
and
said,
your
okay.
job is to post random things on Twitter that niggas are not allowed to do.
He said, now how was that? And then one dude in the back, oh yeah, you get it. Yeah, you see it.
You
You
see a
see
nigga
the
with a
vision.
margarita, feminize him.
He said, you see the nigga with a cocktail? You
No
know what to
man,
do.
come
Y'all
on.
know what to do.
You didn't have to say it like that. You
I
didn't.
had to say it like that. Y'all know what to do, man. Book them, boys.
Wait, so you got cops on the payroll now? I don't know if I really fuck with that one, but
Nah, no, 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 no. We just it's a euphemism. We gonna give him a different name.
oh, okay. I saw
Yeah.
something on Twitter. Somebody was like, somebody posted something absurd, and somebody said, "I'm gonna call the police on you." And then they said, "Wait, never mind. All cops are bastards. I'm gonna hire a biker gang to break your kneecaps."
Hey, there's probably some problems with them too, for real. I don't think you ever gonna be safe with this. Just get it done.
That's what. Listen, we gotta
just
figure
get
out
it
some
done,
way
bro.
to get niggas kneecapped. Somebody got to do something.
Yeah, and you know what, man? One of the first niggas on that list. I wouldn't even say first.
One of the
Oh,
first niggas on it. You mean every Republican, pretty much?
I mean, listen, listen, listen. Some of y'all is just regular niggas, and some of y'all is I got real like it's just priority. That's all it comes down to. You got to prioritize. But for me, I listen. DeSantis, he up there.
Oh yeah.
He's up there. Because I don't know if you did you see any of the shit that was going on with DeSantis. Basically just removing this child from his mother's custody. There's another word for that. I just don't want to say it on YouTube.
I did not see that. What happened?
So hold on, let me pull it up. Da-da-da. It's so I think this is that same lady. Do you remember the lady back then, the whistleblower who was talking about the COVID stuff?
Yeah. They still fucking with her?
Oh yeah, of course.
It's been years.
So I mean, listen, they're gonna keep going until But well, let's see what else. What else? So she posted on Twitter on Thursday that her son was arrested by sheriff's deputies after sharing internet memes in a private chat with some school friends. Right. Now the specific meme that was highlighted. Um, the specific meme that was highlighted, and don't get me wrong, like I think it was sort of. This is one of those ones where this is targeted, and I think that they're probably going to have enough reason to do what they do because these are kids talking in a group chat, and I'm sure that they were talking insane.
Oh yeah.
But then the problem is like this is targeted because do this to everybody. Oh, you're not going to, right? You're only going to somehow, some way, do it to the one woman that blew the whistle on your COVID number. It's like you know what I mean. Like it's clear what you're doing. Um, but to make a long story short, on the governor's orders, her son was taken,
Under
and
governor's orders. That's crazy.
mhm. So basically, a kid claiming to be the cousin of one of her son's classmates joined their Snapchat group. I think their son's like 13, they said, but he was recording the conversations and anonymously reported the son to police. And granted, this just sounds like they sent some nigga in.
Oh yeah.
Um,
1000%.
this 13-year-old was probably 29. But they said they had to complete a threat assessment since they received an anonymous complaint, and both the local cops and the school signed off on not as being a threat. So keep that in mind, right? There was a threat assessment done by both the local PD and the school at which the children go to, and they both said, "Nah."
This
Some
ain't
things,
really straight, honestly.
yeah, they look. They said, "Look, there's some things in here that we ought
Nigga,
to
a
we ought to take
13 year
note
old
of."
is obviously gonna say some wild shit on Discord, but how do you take threats from a 13-year-old seriously? Like, at least you're not talking about you know doing stuff at school, we know we talking what I'm talking about, but I can't say it out loud.
Mm-hmm.
What's he
Yeah,
gonna do to a public official, to the government? The only
enough.
danger he has is school.
So literally, they were the kids were joking about cops in video games, and then one of the memes was like, you ever seen that meme where it's like the fat white guy sleeping, and it's like cops in their car waiting for the school shooter to off himself so they can go in.
Yeah.
So it was that meme among many others. And then 2 weeks later, bringing them to yesterday, right? An officer told her that the state issued a warrant for her son's arrest for quote digital threats of terrorism.
From what you
They
just said, that doesn't even. Well, how is that? He's making fun of cops. That's not like a threat. You know?
Well, again, there were probably more memes, and again, this is what I mean when I say like, if you get into a 13-year-old, like this is kind of like, but I'm gonna get to that in the end. I'm gonna get to that in the end, I promise. But so basically, she had to get her husband and daughter out of the state because CPS now says that the home is dangerous because they charged the 13-year-old with a felony. So basically, long story short, she's like, well, I might as well just send my child to another state or somewhere else because I already know how y'all finna play this. Like
Yeah.
I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not about to sit up here and just wait until y'all go there. Um, and don't get me wrong, like my whole thing was, I'm my thing is I just keep trying to imagine the meme that should result in a 13-year-old being charged with a felony, like
And it's the fact
because
that you're saying memes, not like he's saying I'm gonna blow up the
right,
Pentagon.
one,
He's
and then two, it's like because my thing is if you did all this with some memes, I'm sure you probably were able to go to a judge, and if you wanted to get a wiretap and all that, you could have figured out what this kid was looking at. But you didn't even bother doing all that. This is just a threat. This is literally just a show of force.
and going back to the fact that it's memes, he didn't even make the memes. So why you not going after the nigga that made him?
Yeah, we don't. So that was one. Another one she said was as part of a series about intrusive thoughts that suggested grabbing an officer's gun.
We've all been
Da-da-da.
there, clearly.
And then literally like Dial, he said every time I see school security when he wrote it. But my problem is again, this is not. Yeah,
It's
nigga, do
just
you know y'all?
edgy 13-year-old humor.
Plus, y'all not even like, do y'all know what intrusive thoughts are? Like, we all have them, and they're
Yeah,
never good. Like, if we spoke out loud about what our intrusive thoughts are, because mind you, niggas is like, because niggas always do that whole let the intrusive thoughts win. Like, people don't let the intrusive thoughts win because the world would look drastically different if
yeah.
people did. Like, I promise you, like, um, but it'd be like that. Like, it'd just be something like you be walking down the street, like, oh man, he got a gun with it. Yo, what if I grab that and just bang,
Yeah.
bang, 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 bang? No, I'm straight.
See, a nigga like me, I be intentionally having intrusive thoughts.
Okay, don't tell us about him, please.
No, no,
Please,
I'm not gonna
I'm
tell. No,
fucking begging you.
if I told us about it, we wouldn't have a
Yeah,
podcast.
no, I know, I know.
No, what I was gonna say was I wasn't gonna mention the thoughts. I was just gonna say I intentionally have the worst thoughts possible so that in an alternate universe, there's another version of me that's just dastardly, just evil. That's all I was gonna say.
What about intrusive agendas? Like you trying to enact one agenda and just another one just come from the back of your head. Like you on your feminized bag and it's just like "S-
Hey,
spread
that's
love. You like, wait, no, 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 not right now, not right now.
we only on that hatred tip right now.
He said we only on the dastardly moves right now,
The amount of
yeah.
terrible thoughts that I be having, in another universe, it's Stalin over there. Continue.
But yeah, no, I'm still just reading this whole thing. So basically, the deputy interviewed him, asked him if he had any intention of carrying out any acts. The answer said was no. After a hearing, the judge released him away to home detention with an electronic monitor. His use of the internet is limited to what is necessary for schoolwork, and he's allowed to leave home to play soccer with his team, and that's it. He's not being named. Was arrested on charges he made of a mass. Okay, let's see. The boy was held he was held at a juvenile detention center, 50-bed state-run lockup. It was the boy's first arrest. He was evaluated. Um, yeah, and mind you, several weeks ago she sued the state over her termination. So
Oh yeah,
yet again,
clearly
we're
retaliation.
just supposed to we're just supposed to think that these are just totally unrelated things. And yeah, listen, man, I'm here to tell you now. Between that, what's going on in Tennessee?
Clarence
The
Thomas,
who? Yeah, Clarence Thomas. The shit that's going on in
Marjorie Taylor Greene. She
Marjorie Taylor Greene, even Jackson. Like I seen a couple things in Jackson where it's just like I feel like y'all almost trying to get somewhere. Like, because I seen something in Jackson where they said there's no longer gonna collect their trash and like the garbage and all that. So I'm like, so let me get this straight. Y'all appoint this all white board to rule over these people. Y'all don't collect their garbage and they trash no more. I get the feeling y'all want niggas to act up. Like
Oh yeah, y'all trying to get niggas to act up.
because like don't get me wrong, like they're saying the city has already been roiled by gun violence, unpredictable access to clean drinking water, pothole ridden streets, and then now you just not gonna collect the trash. And they said the mayor and the city council couldn't come to an agreement, but it's just like, bro, I don't like none of this. For real, for real. Like I feel like this is what what I think people fail to realize is like a lot of these situations are set up, dog. Like
Mhm.
it don't be one thing. It just be a whole bunch of shit going on at once. Like, and it's like, it's not it, man. It's not it. That's why I say, Ben, look, y'all gotta keep your eyes open. I know we don't like to hear it or see it because it's just gonna make us mad. But like, y'all need to know what games is being played elsewhere. Because believe me, Tennessee, Mississippi, what's the place we just named? West Virginia is doing some bullshit. Florida, it's like
Florida just
trust and believe.
had like
Like,
permitless open carry now.
right,
It's
like
just gonna be the
please.
wild wild west, yo. The
Please
South, you got
don't think that these things happening elsewhere are like can only happen there. They can happen anywhere. It's just a matter of there's going to be more pushback. There's going to be more. I wouldn't even say more pushback. There's going to be more organized pushback because there's always pushback, even in these states and these places where niggas we just like even in the South, bro. There's plenty of pushback. It's just like there's no apparatus for pushback. Like, cause it's like in Idaho, who do you think's pushing back? People on the ground or companies? It's people on the ground. It ain't. There's no big money nigga leading nothing in Idaho, or maybe there is,
yeah.
but Idaho is another one. They signed a trafficking law to where basically you restrict interstate travel for hanger in the body thing. I don't like saying that word because every time I say that word, they pretend like I did something insane.
I don't.
The A one with the babies.
Oh yeah,
I'm not even
yeah.
gonna say that shit no more
He
because it
said
don't
hanger. Oh my god.
like it don't matter what I say as it relates to that fucking word, boy. They'll immediately shocking content off tizzy, nigga.
That's fucking crazy though, because it's only like YouTube. What are y'all doing? I'm not saying I'm about to go out and do it. I mean, I might, but
That's part of your agenda.
yeah, free hangers for everyone that wants them, yo.
Not free hangers. Did you sterilize them at least?
Uh, you can say
Hey,
that.
hey.
I threw some peroxide on them. That's sterilizing, right?
Let's see. Oh yeah, West Virginia tried to enforce anti-trans sports bans. Because there, and like the crazy thing is like, can you imagine sending a case to the Supreme Court over one girl? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I know it's never that deep because technically
It's
that's how all the
never that deep, but this is as far from deep as possible for one person.
but well, think about it. Technically, that's what all this is. Like Roe versus Wade is over one person. You know what I'm saying?
True.
What is it? Dread versus whatever. Like all these are over one person, but the precedent that's being set is what they're looking for.
Yeah.
So in this case, they did all of this because again, there was one particular 12-year-old girl who was on her middle school cross country and track teams. And the part that kills me is just like I can't imagine being a parent that is just genuinely gonna sit up here and groan and the worst part is, bro, like these kids, like I don't know. There's no part of the story I feel like highlighting because I think every aspect of it is total bullshit. Like none of
Mhm.
this should have to be defense at all, to be honest, because it's really not that fucking difficult. Because it's like, dog, if no, fuck you, no, like I'm just not gonna do it. But let's see, man. Let's see, man. So from one vile loser to the next, looks like the Donda Academy is being sued by two teachers in a wrongful termination suit. So they claim that Donda Academy was quote like a mental hospital being run by the patients. It's
That
not
that
very good.
makes a lot of sense for who's running it, huh?
Let's see. They said the They claim the children were fed just one meal of sushi a day, and that doors were locked from the
Hello.
outside.
Why is that so? Why sushi? Screw the one meal. Why is the one meal sushi? It's
Oh
so
no,
random.
I'm gonna keep going. Campus staff violated numerous health and safety regulations. The let's see. The two women who they made discriminate racial discrimination claims. Their wages were illegally held from them. They were terminated from the school in retaliation for reporting violations. Uh, let's see. I'd like to just see her name or see what she looks like. Not that it's like probably really gonna get me there. I don't think I'm ever gonna get a picture. Because I just like the racial part. I just wanted to. Oh, they were the only black female teachers employed by Donda Academy. Okay, well,
Crazy
yeah,
how that works, right?
yeah. Anyway, among the bizarre and unsettling allegations, that all color, including artwork, was banned from inside classroom. Okay, everyone was forced to wear all black from head to toe. Okay. Classes were banned from the second floor because Wes was quote afraid of stairs. That's funny.
Yo, what the fuck?
That's funny as hell.
Is this a new phobia? Has he always been afraid of stairs and we didn't know?
Well, here was my thing. Like from the jump, I was just like, bro, if you're sending your kid to go to a school that Kanye West is running, you hate that little nigga. Like you
Yeah,
hate that little nigga so bad.
absolutely.
One, you got money, and two, you hate that little nigga in your house. Oh my goodness, yo, you couldn't possibly want to strike that nigga even worse, yo. Da da da. She said she began noticing numerous unsettling rules and practices inside the school, including rampant bullying and a lack of any security measures. Uh, let's see. Da da da. There were kids were prohibited from bringing any outside food or drink other than water onto campus. They were banned.
Yo, is this a communist? What is up with these rules, man?
They were banned from using crossword puzzles or coloring sheets, while West would not allow the school kids to go outdoors during the day, even for lunch or recess. Um, Parents of school were required to sign NDAs to enroll their kids. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Listen, I'm here to tell you, anytime you niggas talk about Christian schools or something like this, people fail to realize when you throw Christian in front of anything, I'm automatically looking at you, especially if there's kids involved. I already don't like.
Yeah, 100%.
He banned teachers and children from wearing any jewelry. Chairs were also prohibited from the academy as he forced children to sit on foam cushions or stand. All cups and
Why
bowls
would
be
people
gray.
send their kids to this school?
Let's see. When a woman threatened to go directly to Kanye, she was threatened not to reach out to him. Let's see. They were subjected to stereotypes about African American women as being confrontational after raising concerns over the school. Yeah, that sounds like something what a bunch of white staff would do.
Yeah, 1000%.
Teachers weren't trained in basic life support. No nursing staff were employed. Students were allowed to be picked up by strangers without any sign-in procedures.
How did
Assaults
this nigga even
frequently
get the
took.
qualifications necessary to open a school?
I mean, mm. My whole thing is, it's just like, dog. Like, what do we think? Like, let's be real here. Like, people keep talking about why didn't the parents speak out? Why didn't the parents speak out? Like, that's crazy. You just must have forget the part where they signed an NDA. Like, did you just totally forget that?
Completely ignored that part.
It was like, well, it's not. Yeah, listen, dog. Like, people don't like to play with those NDAs.
Plus, Kanye is a billionaire. If he want to take you to court, you gonna go to court, and it's gonna get drawn out, and you're gonna run out of money. It's that simple.
Yeah, and it said there were no cleaning staff at the academy because West did not believe in cleaning products containing chemicals, so teachers were only allowed to clean with acid water and microfiber cloths.
Dog,
Please don't ask me to explain what acid water is because I don't know.
I, I'm befuddled.
I mean, I'm not like he's clearly just as bad as he is at running a school as literally every other aspect of his life.
No, I'm not befuddled that Kanye is doing this. I'm befuddled that one, parents are sending their children there. I'm assuming there's like a curriculum or there's like a package explaining everything that goes on at the school, and like all the stuff that you've listed, surely the parents were told about this.
Listen, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. You're going to an unaccredited school run by a nigga with severe mental health issues. And to me, my issue is every single person that signs up for that, I'm afraid of being around. You know what I mean? It's just like in every way. Like I don't even I'm not willing to let nobody get out unscathed from this. Like from the
Yeah,
teachers down to the students, or not the students, but down to the parents. It's like, bro, everyone here is part of the problem because
yeah,
the fact that y'all saw this idiot and decided this dumbass nigga would be the nigga you want to work for. Like, listen, I get it. Everybody got to get a check. Everybody got a job, but like, bruh, like, nigga, have some self respect. Even if you're not gonna respect these kids, nigga, respect your goddamn self. So it's shot for that, for real, for real. But let's see, what else do we got? Well, I guess from one loser to another, let's talk about Jill Biden inviting some losers to the White House.
hey man, I don't say this often, but great segue. You really killed that shit.
Appreciate it, thank you. And more than that, I think this is a story that this starts way before Joe Biden's invite. So for those of you who don't watch basketball and more specifically don't watch women's basketball, there was the women's March Madness tournament, or the I don't know, the college basketball tournament, whatever the hell the official
Yeah,
name of it is. And so that concluded this week with LSU, or last week with LSU beating Iowa in the championship game. But before then, Iowa was making this little Cinderella run. So again, not knowing the lore, right? Iowa was led by this white girl named Caitlin Clark, who is like a Steph Curry type beat. She just be jacking them shits, coming around
yeah,
them screens, doing all that, shooting 30 shots. Like I'm finna get my and she's whooping shit. She was whooping shit for real, for real. She's averaging like 30 points a game in the regular season, and then started kicking up even worse in the tournament. So then what happened is they get always to the semifinals, and in the before the semifinals, they played, I think, Louisville. Louisville has some other relatively like well-known white girl who's like that apparently. I forgot her name, but her and Caitlin Clark were going at it. Caitlin Clark got the better of her. Caitlin Clark was talking shit to her and her teammates. Haley Van Lith, that's the girl's name. Some white girl on Louisville who apparently is like that. And I mean, judging by her stat line, I mean, she had 27 and 2 and 3. So I mean, she turned up and she
yeah.
just ain't have enough. But unfortunately, Caitlin Clark had a 41-point triple double in that game.
Insane.
So you usually lose those. But
Yeah,
in that same game, she was, seen on camera pretty much at one point saying like, "Yo, like shut up, like you talking shit and you down 15. Like I don't want to hear none of that from you." Like da da da, talking shit to them and so on and so forth. Right? She gets to the South Carolina and Iowa game because South Carolina was next. And for those who don't know, South Carolina was 36-0, hadn't lost a game since in a full calendar year and then some. They were the defending national champions. To put that all in perspective, right? And then Iowa proceeds to beat them, and well, they beat them by 4. Caitlin Clark had a 41-6-8 game, and South Carolina looked like they didn't know what to do for real, for real. And so after this game, there was a little bit of talk, and obviously there was a huge. The hype train was. I mean, at this point, it was unstoppable.
yeah,
Because you figure this is the Final Four. After you win this game, you're going to the championship. I just watched you drop a 41-point triple double, then 41-6-8 against literally the best team in the nation. So at this point, people were just going nuts. Like, all right, Shorty got it. Like, and there was this huge hype train. Da da da. They called her the queen of clapbacks and all this other shit, which we'll get to in a second. Boy, will we. Um, So ESPN runs this whole Queen of Clapbacks thing where they highlight like her talking some of her shit during the South Carolina game, the Louisville game. I think even the Colorado game that came before the Louisville game. And so then the day comes of the LSU and Iowa game. And LSU has a player named Angel Reese, right? Who is I think a junior. And basically Angel Reese was she was very opinionated. Let's say that, right? And she
I
had a
was just
lot of
like,
she was a lot she was a lot basically was saying like, listen, like that shit she was doing in South Carolina, she ain't finna do that to us, and da da da, and all of this, and so on and so forth. She was going at it, basically just taking it personally. And I think with for good reason because one, South Carolina beat LSU. I didn't check, I never checked, but I really would love to check. I might check now. South Carolina beat LSU like 3 times this season or something. You know what I'm saying? So it's like LSU lost to South Carolina every time they played them. So if I'm LSU, once you beat South Carolina, I'm almost breathing a sigh of relief for real.
yeah,
Because it's like, whew, okay. But then the problem that comes with that is as a coach and as a team, that then could lead to a letdown, right? Because now you're not taking whoever you're facing seriously because shit, you thought you was gonna have to run into that nigga that keep whooping your ass. But now that you ain't gotta fight him, you looking at it like, all right, shit, I'm
it's gonna
good.
be easy. Yeah,
So I think that leads into part of the reason why the whole team sort of took offense to Caitlin Clark's hype train. One because it's like apparently Angel Reese had personal issues with her. They show photos of her back when she was at Maryland, and Iowa and Maryland are in the same conference. So apparently she must have seen her 2 times a year back then. So I can
okay.
see why she had a personal issue with her already because she had been hearing the hype for years. It ain't like she just heard the hype today. Like
She's sick of hearing that shit, probably.
Like, yeah, exactly. The rest of the world probably started hearing this hype a few weeks ago. You know what I mean? Or maybe this season. Because I remember seeing her early at the beginning of either this season or towards the end of last season, just seeing clips of her, and I'm like, yo, she going crazy. But it really wasn't until this run where, again, me watching the games myself, I'm seeing it myself, like, oh nah, okay. Now I see what's going on now. So needless to say, all of that leads into the national championship game, LSU versus Iowa. And LSU dominates Iowa. It was I think they lost by 17. And it was just one of those games where Iowa kept fighting back, but you could just tell they were never going to get over that hump.
Yeah,
And it was a great game, honestly. It was a really good game. The ratings on the game were nuts. This game had 9.9 million viewers.
yeah.
That was more viewers than the 2021 NBA Finals, more viewers than every sports All-Star game this year. More viewers than any regular season basketball game on ESPN. More viewers than there was a couple other events that there was more viewers than. But long story short, it was like this was like a ratings farm
Yeah,
for women's basketball. And then it started getting weird because part of the reason why this was a ratings farm was because this whole situation was made very racy. Some of it was inherent when you boost up, but this is also what happens when you boost up like white athletes. Like there's just the inherent racy nature to it because what happens is you boost up a white athlete, and the example I always give is Jokic. You boost up a white athlete that's actually elite, right? What happens is you boost up that athlete, they play elite, and then you just slurp them more than you would slurp anybody else, right?
right.
So
Yeah,
what ends up happening is people feel a little bitter because they're like, listen, if I did this, you would slurp me once. When he does it, you slurp him 3 times in a day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we can see the difference because it's like it just don't get treated the same way.
yeah,
And
exactly.
the problem is, as long as these niggas remain, not niggas literally, but as long as these white folks remain elite, which I mean, Jokic and Caitlin Clark have and will, it's like
It's
it
gonna be a
becomes
continuous slurpathon.
right. It's a continuous slurpathon, and so that's what happens here. And then think about it. So imagine you're already getting the super slurp, you're getting an ultra gawk, and then you drop a 41-point triple double against the other white girl that they thought might fuck with you. Uh-oh. It's getting scary, right? And then you follow that up with a 41-6-8 game against the best team in the nation with a WNBA Hall of Famer coaching them. Oh yeah, man. Listen, the slurpage has reached an all-time high at this point.
Critical levels of slurpage.
I'm talking like super critical. Like this is like in Evangelion when like the Avas start to heat up inside the suit and they got to get up out of it. Like critical levels. It's bad at that point, right? So then, of course, coming into this game, that was where it was. And for better or for worse, you have a huge contingent of people on both sides who A, want to see the white girl win, and B, want to see the white girl lose. And so what ends up being the problem here is that. But what ends up being the problem here is sorry, my mom was telling me. But what ends up being the problem here is again, everybody's looking for that outcome, and of course, only one person wins, only one party wins, and we as Black folks know very well how this works out
Yeah.
when it's us on the winning end, right? Like we know what the other side looks like because we've seen it a million times. But when it's a Black person winning, you know how this goes. You're supposed to win, but a certain way, right?
You gotta win
You got to
graciously.
show a certain amount of class. You got to move this type of way. You
You
got to
gotta
do
bend
this type of
skirt,
way. You basically
bend
got to,
knee.
bro. You got to win and not celebrate nothing. Just shake hands with your boys. Good game, fellas. We're champions. Congratulations. Good job, boys. Good job. Hey. Good job, man. Good job, man. Hey, Moist. Great basket in the fourth, man. Wonderful work, man. Like we're just supposed to treat this shit like another day at the office. And for those of you who don't know Angel Reese, that is not how this played out. That is simply not how this played out. Angel Reese, as the game was winding down, decided to essentially follow Caitlin Clark around, waving, doing the John Cena "You can't see me"
You
because
can't
Caitlin
see me.
Clark had done it earlier. I'm not sure which team she did it against, but she had did it either a week earlier or 2 weeks earlier, or 2 games earlier. I don't remember. But she had done that previously, so she's following her around as the game's ending, doing a "You can't see me." You can't like, and you could tell Caitlin Clark's like trying to look past her, and she keep changing where she
The
at. So she like,
trajectories.
yeah. She like, and you could tell like Caitlin Clark was just trying to dodge it. Like you could tell because she seen her at the corner of her eye, like, oh, here she go, and she's just trying to act like she don't see it. And then Angela Reese just keeps jumping in front, like, no, come on,
No,
no,
you
no, no,
gonna
look,
see me. You
no, no,
definitely will.
look, no, why you not looking at me? Look, no, look, you see me? All right, fuck it, you ain't gonna look, fuck it, you ain't gonna look,
You wasn't gonna see me anyway, so I mean.
right? Like, you wasn't gonna see me anyway. Like, but literally though, like she was going. Well, you know what? Maybe that's why she couldn't see her.
Oh, yeah, John Cena,
Mm.
man.
That shit really
John.
worked, huh? But it was so funny because, and even the John Cena angle was a whole nother angle that was hilarious to this discussion because it was like a racy topic, then suddenly somehow sparked the whole John Cena Tony Yayo thing, which was then racy again. And
It's compounding interest at this
yeah,
point.
exactly.
It's just gonna
But
keep moving.
but this is exactly what happens. And one thing I will say is the same way when Juju won the championship, Juju Smith-Schuster, right? The
Mhm.
Chiefs won his championship, and he started to do some things after he gloating and all of that shit. I thought his specific brand of gloating was corny, and I thought Angel Reese's specific brand of gloating was corny. Just
I
the
don't
the
even think
following around,
I can't say that's
waving the
corny
hand in the face.
because the Caitlyn did it first. She's
No.
just
I understand it. I'm talking about how it was done. I'm not policing that it was done. Like because I think once you win, no one can tell you that you can't get your shit off. Like
yeah.
people will do it. They'll try, but it's like, come on, dog. But it's like when you are stalking somebody to try to get that "you can't see me" off, and they won't give it to you, and you keep like
Keep going.
you look thirsty, like, and it's like you won already. So it's wild that you thirsty for that shit in the moment where you won. But I get it. It's just a moment.
But
It
you
is
know
what
what
it is.
this reminded me of last season, in the NBA when the
Mhm.
Suns and the Mavericks were going at it, and you get that viral pic of Luca just staring at fucking Devin Booker.
Mhm.
Nobody had a problem with that,
They
but
sure
this is
did.
a problem.
But see, that also brings up a different element of this that is unique to this situation because we're talking about women. And I think that was
So
the
not
other
only
part.
can black people as
Yeah,
a whole
yeah.
not win and
Mhm,
talk shit, but
mhm.
women definitely can't talk shit
And
at
and
all. You
and I
better be
think
a fucking lady.
yeah, right, exactly. But I think that's exactly why this story carried it ignited whatever it ignited in people because it's one thing when you're racist. It's one thing when you're misogynistic.
But
It's
black
another
women,
thing.
no.
It's
You
another
not gonna
thing.
win and talk shit to this beautiful white woman.
Bro, you're not even gonna win graciously, bro.
You don't deserve to win. You know what? Run it back.
Like
Handicap her too.
you're not even gonna win graciously, which like again, like you said, when you win, people typically there's nothing you can like we can sit up here and like because this has happened plenty of times where someone wins, they do something corny because they won, and people will still highlight that it's corny, but be like, listen, I'm not taking away from your win. I just
He's
think
just
that
already dope.
specific part was a little corny.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt about one about what Juju did when he won, and two, just that specific act. Nothing else
I would
that
say
I think was
Juju
corny.
being TikTok boy is you're right. It is OD corny. The way
That's
he
what I'm
won
saying.
was
Like that's
corny as
corny.
shit.
And her doing the specific the 8, 9, 10 seconds she followed her around. That was corny. Everything after that, what she said and all, I don't that didn't have no problem with none of that. I just felt like in that moment, listen, even if you in that moment you was just staring at her like, damn, what happened? Well, it's just I don't know. Again, chasing somebody down for that reaction is corny to me. Like,
That's fair. That's
but
a fair thought.
but that's it. That's it. That's it. It don't matter because you're a championship winner anyway. So who gives a fuck? But then it got weird because then the media, again, because this was a racialized event. Well, what do you think the losers did online? they got they got into it, boy. And so
They was going hard too. I was seeing some tweets like I know you're racist, but this is even for you. This is crazy. Like
yeah,
somebody, what was it? Pat McAfee was like, "What a fucking idiot!" Or what? Who said that?
that was Dave Portnoy,
Dave Portnoy. That's what. Yeah, Dave
founder
Portnoy.
of Barstool Sports, and I thought that one.
A nigga that has multiple SA allegations,
Mhm.
multiple, a
Listen,
known racist.
essay is not even like that's not all. You know what I'm saying? Like, brother, a classless piece of shit is what he called it, right? One, we gonna pretend we don't see the connotations between black people and piece of shit. We're gonna ignore that part for a second. You specifically, Mr. Portnoy.
Have no leg to stand on when you talk about class at all.
Yes, none, not like brother. This is a combo you have to see your way out of.
You are a notoriously known shitbag.
Yeah, you are a notorious classless nigga. Like
You
so.
are known in the streets for
Now,
being a
granted, the
shitbag.
only way you could have saved this was said, like, speaking from the perspective of a classless piece of shit.
Yeah, at some point you just gotta own it. Like, yeah, I'm a
like,
shithead. Nobody
like,
like me, so
had you owned this, like, speaking of a shithead, this is some real shitheadery. Like, that would have been the only thing that worked for you, buddy, because I don't want to hear a nigga with your background and your past speak on really any of this shit. Like, you could have just simply said, like, and granted, there's a whole bunch of white people who did the diet racism or like the diet respectability politics, which it
but
is what it is.
respectability politics only come into place when it's black people. For some reason, how that works.
One and two, the women, because honestly, I think even had Caitlin, what the fuck was her name? Clark.
Clark.
Had Caitlin Clark won, I do think they still would have done a bit to her about the respectability. Now,
That's
granted,
because she's a woman.
it would have been significantly less. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
just because she's a woman, but it would have been significantly less because she's white, and because they're who she's who they wanted to win. But I still think there would have been a lot of people who not too many, and it wouldn't have been this loud, and it wouldn't have been this big of a deal. But that's just my thing. Like, as a woman, you're supposed to win a certain way. And then as a black person, you're supposed to win a certain way. So as a black woman, it's like if you don't win this and basically act like you don't care about it, which again would have then been a whole nother issue because then people would have acted like you don't care about it. So you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. There was really no good way to get around this. And granted, so I'm glad that in a situation with no way out, you just simply chose to be you.
Yeah.
That's all I can ask for, really. In a situation with no good answers, no good options, if I don't care enough, they're gonna think I don't give a fuck. If I care too much, they're gonna do this. Like, fuck it. Just be me. Pick whatever I'm gonna be and live with that. And so she did that. And so congratulations to the LSU players. Not their head coach, because I don't like that woman. And you can look up why. But then actually, I'll end up bringing her back up as we get to the Jill Biden point. Because Jill Biden, I think she's like is she a doctor? Dr. Biden? I'm about to start calling her Dr. Biden.
Dr. Biden.
Yeah,
I don't know why that's funny.
I don't know because it's
Thinking about
like
Sleepy Joe being a doctor.
yeah, because you think you're talking about Joe, but we're talking about Jill.
Dr. Biden, wake up.
Dr. Biden, he's what? Oh, what do you mean surgery? When?
I had
Now?
a dream that I was the president.
He said I had a dream I was performing surgery. But so she decides, Jill Biden, and again, I think she said somewhere that she hadn't said this, but I'm just like, well, how did this get passed around if you hadn't said it? So I don't know. Or I don't know what she meant. Like she tried to
I didn't see her say that she didn't say that. I heard her
she
press
tried to clarify.
secretary. Yeah, her press secretary tried to clarify and say some shit like, "Oh, she just wanted to, kind of throw out an olive branch or something. She didn't mean anything by it. I'm like, bro, when you invite a losing team for the first time in history to the White House, and the winning team is black and the losing team is white, clearly you're doing something. We know what you're doing. It's clear as day.
Yeah. Yeah, and don't get me wrong. Let's be honest here. You mean to tell me if LSU won or lost, they getting an invite? No, because you know why? Because
Sorry.
no one invites the loser. Like that's the whole point of this. Like it's not even like it is a racial issue because I know like you felt such a connection to these Iowa girls. I know why. I know exactly why you did. But my whole point,
white losers.
right?
I'm sorry.
But hey, that could be a possible title, white loser.
White loser.
But yeah, so like no, like in history, we've never wanted to it. Like, listen, do you know how many games we've had where, in all honesty, there could have been an argument for like, yo, listen, both of these teams played their heart out, like, but we don't do that still. Like, we don't do that. Like when Bama and fucking Clemson were getting into it when they were having a rivalry. Like them, some of those are some of the best games that I've seen in at least in years at this point.
Yeah.
Nigga, we wasn't inviting both of y'all. We wasn't telling Nick Saban, man, we know you guys lost, but hey, you still want to come through, bro? He wouldn't even win. Cause in his head, he like, nigga, I'm not going for somebody else's ceremony, nigga. You crazy.
Nigga, that's embarrassing. I'm about to just sit in the back like, damn.
Yeah, while you slurp on them and say, and Nick too, Nick Saban and his team too. Clap for them too, y'all. Like, ain't no two, nigga.
Basically a participation trophy.
Yeah,
and
that's
crazy.
Literally what it is.
It's crazy this country that's so hell bent on taking away participation trophies, just offering one up.
Well, but it would be the libs offering it, wouldn't it?
Listen.
I'm sorry.
Listen.
But this was just, it was just silly. Like, I'm just like, why did she do this? I don't know. I just don't know why she did this, to be honest. I don't think, she attended the game. Okay, that's probably why.
She attended the game and saw this white girl lose in her own eyes, not through a TV. She just feel the emotions in the arena.
But the crazy part, she's like, I'm going to tell Joe I think Iowa should come too because they played such a good game. They lost by 17.
But they played such a good game, she means I really wanted the white girl to win.
like this is, again, this goes back to my point. They lost by 17. They got blown out.
That's not a good game to you?
No, not quite. Was it like, no, don't get me wrong, ultimately speaking, it was a good game. But like, it wasn't a good game for Iowa. Nigga, you lost by 17.
It was
like
an entertaining game to watch.
Right? Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Like, but like, good. Like, I don't know. I can't say a game.
That makes it even worse if you're saying that you thought it was a good game because it was an entertaining game to watch, and you invite the losers. To me, that's saying circus act. I was entertained. Bring the dancing monkey.
I'm screaming. I mean, is that not what these niggas is? But one thing I did think was hilarious though, and this is just a side point, right? Was Angel Reese got on a pod and she was basically saying like, she wouldn't accept any sort of invitation to like with Biden and them, but she said we'll go to the Obamas, we'll see them, we'll this and that. And I just thought it was really funny because, again, for those who don't know, the LSU head coach, Kim Mulkey, she
Crazy man.
that's not a good woman. I'll tell you that much. And she's a known.
Look it up before, but just go ahead and tell us because I don't know.
Oh, I mean, she's a known Republican, Trump supporter. So let's start there.
Wait, is this the girl that bought the WNBA team and the players decided not to?
No, not her.
So just another shithead basketball related person. Okay.
Yeah. No. Yeah, another one. She was also at let me see. She was the head coach for Baylor when Brittany Griner was there.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know.
Right. Obviously, and then mind you, there was a point where even she told Brittany Griner, like, yo, downplay that that you lesbian, like chill with that shit, yeah. And then of course when Brittany Griner got detained and Kim Mulkey said nothing. Or no, she didn't just say nothing. She pretty much was just like, what the fuck I'm gonna say something for? And I was like, well, bitch, I can think of a few reasons.
She played under you for, some years. You maybe take some type of stance for
Yeah.
a person that you coached, or I would hope if I ended up in jail or something in another country, I want my Pee Wee T-ball coach to say something about me.
Yeah. So yeah, and that was really that. But of course, like the players seem to like her, but I never really cared about none of that because I'm just like, those are your players.
Yeah,
They're gonna do that, right? But yeah, no, that's my whole thing. So I'm like, it's only right that y'all find it. And don't get me wrong, like I mean, Jill Biden just served it up on a platter, so your head coach now eating, like,
say exactly. Saying the
um,
quiet part out loud.
yeah, yeah, for sure. But hey, look, man, congratulations to LSU, the players, only the players, and yeah, man. Listen, I'll tell you what. What I will say is that a lot of this shit overshadowed what was genuinely a really entertaining tournament. And I didn't even watch all of it. I only watched from the Elite Eight on, or from the Elite Eight on. So I really only watched like the last like what 4 games, and I was thoroughly, or no, I think it's more than that, but I was thoroughly entertained. I felt like this tournament was great, and shit, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm finna watch next year. I'm finna get into it. I'm finna get involved. Because this was great, and if this is how they coming, then I'm paying attention.
Yeah,
So I think ultimately it was good for the sport, even though we got into all this racy shit and did all of that. But I think ultimately this got. I mean, we talking this match the 2021 NBA Finals, like
that's
dog.
crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like dog, I don't even know if WNBA games is getting ratings like that. So like, yeah, by all means, nigga, like I'm good with all of this. What else? What else? What else? I don't have a transition for this, so I'll just jump straight into it. There's a guy on Twitter who was trying to buy farts, and now he's threatening people because they outed him as a fart buyer.
Come on, man.
I told you
You're
I didn't have
making
it.
this up, bro.
I
This
simply
isn't.
did not have a transition for that.
This isn't real. I know you made this up, yo.
It's real. It's real. It's very real.
Oh,
So literally, this guy messaged a bunch of women and apparently one woman, but he has a fart kink. Right? And which I'm sorry. I just didn't know this was a thing.
you didn't. You didn't know that? I would expect like almost anything to be a kink in today's day and age.
I mean, yeah, that's okay. I'm not gonna say that out loud, but I don't know why that's trending on Twitter. But
Oh man,
it's literally how to do something to a pipeline. Like,
an Alaskan pipeline.
it doesn't specify, but
That was a joke. That's a sex thing.
okay.
Don't look it up.
I
I'm telling
won't.
you, don't look it up.
Fucking deviant.
I'm not
Um,
participating. I just know what it is.
deviant, sicko, nasty freak boy. But anyway, so this guy was trying to buy some farts online, which I honestly, it's just
That's
a
a
state.
crazy sentence. You just
Yeah, it's just a
casually said.
statement that I can't.
You said it so casually. Just this guy was trying to buy some farts online.
Like,
It's
I'm
like
just
what?
trying
You
to.
just fart in a jar, close it up, and then mail it
That's
out.
what I'm thinking. Like, are you vacuum sealing these farts? Like, he just. Ooh, that's black eyed peas. I could tell. Oh my goodness.
Oh, come on, man.
He said the methane content. Oh my
The
god,
method.
girl.
I'm gonna put you in jail. I'm gonna put you in some type of detention center for
Oh
deviance.
man, nah, bro. A center is not gonna be good enough. You got to dig a hole in the ground, take an elevator down there, and then build a bigger hole down there for me to be thrown in.
I'm just gonna dig until we get to the Earth's core and just chuck you in the pit.
That works. But nah, this is just insane. Like, why are you asking for farts, bro? He asked the girl for some farts. It's like that's killing me. Like that's genuinely killing me. Like so. Anyway,
Let me just say. Now, I might get flack for this, but obviously, as a deviant, he's not gonna deal just in real life get women to fart on him and stuff unless he's like paying for sex work.
mhm.
So he probably just thought, listen, man, I'm not gonna get this in real life. Shot in the dark. I'm just gonna start asking women and paying money online.
Yeah, and you know what's gonna happen? They're gonna start posting you, you fucking weirdo. Like,
Listen,
like
man, if they not about their bag, that's their problem.
yeah. And if I'm not about farting for a nigga's consumption, then that's about to be your problem. Like, it's like, bro, I'm sorry. Listen, I understand if you were going up to women who maybe showed some interest in this, but I think that's part of the thing, right? These niggas get off on women who are not involved in they shit,
That's what I'm about to say, because
being
there's plenty
involved
of
in they shit,
people.
and
Yeah,
that's exactly why you're getting exposed, you freak bull. You nut ass freak bull. What the fuck is wrong with you? Asking random women you probably never even spoke to or had real combos with.
listen, he wasn't even asking like sex workers. He was just asking
Yeah,
random
you just
women.
asking
Oh,
random baddies online. Like, I know her ass clap when she fart.
okay, man.
Like, he just looking like, I know it for a fact. Excuse, I can smell it through the screen. I gotta hit her. I gotta DM her. Gotta DM her.
No, yeah, that's definitely some nasty nut ass freak bull activities.
But now, like, literally in the tweet, he was like, "Oh, like earlier was funny, but me being exposed to that extent definitely bothered me. Never had my privacy invaded like that. I feel violated. And I ain't really. Oh, you feel violated, Mister? Yo, can you just fart on me real quick? Can you fart in a bottle and send it to me? You fucking weirdo, you nigga. You niggas kill me, bro. Like, don't ever put yourself out there and then act weird about it. And then he had a whole another tweet that he ended up deleting, talking about some shorty who posted the screenshot even stay right in my city. Wouldn't be no issue to see what's up with her. He didn't say that. He actually said exactly what he would do. But
Yo, you are the
he said
worst
folks
type
be
of
wanting to see niggas crash out to his motherfuckers funerals that they got to plan. And I'm
you're
just like,
threatening a woman, yo.
all of this over your fucking fart kink, you stinky bitch. This is crazy. You fart addict. You crazy nigga,
Fart
you.
addict.
You fucking fart predator, nigga. What's up with you, yo? Niggas is crazy. Like, I'm sorry, yo. You can't ever get this off, yo.
Nah, put this nigga under a jail. Put this nigga in. What's worse than Guam? Put this nigga in a gulag.
Yeah, I don't know. And then niggas is even getting to like the politics of why she exposed them. And I said, bro, listen,
Politics.
listen,
What?
listen. Let me make this very clear, bro. You have a fetish and you got exposed for being weird to random women. And then your response to that was, I'm thinking about causing harm to you and ending your life. Yeah, no, it's a real reason why niggas don't respond to sick motherfuckers like you. Like, literally, the whole reason why she even got at this nigga was apparently she followed him and didn't interact with him, and he DM'd her because I guess he's probably the type of nigga to DM whichever shorty that follows him, and then she didn't respond to his DM. So think about it. You sent the fart request, right? Like this is fucking Cash App. Like,
Send
I
the fart
requested,
request.
yeah, you sent the fart request.
Sent the fart request.
Like, come on, you sent the fart request, right? Like, yo, did you get my fart request? Like, you sent the fart request and then DM'd her, and she didn't respond. And then you want to make a post on my son. No, why would a bitch follow me and not respond to my DMs?
You dirty fart sniffing motherfucker. Yo.
I'm about to show you why. I'm about to show you exactly why. Like, y'all niggas are crazy. Like, yo, something happened with y'all genetic code. Y'all double helix is fucked up in some way. Something going wrong. Something not right.
At all.
And I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I say a lot of times the reason why I be kink shaming these niggas is because I be feeling like these fetishes are proof that some of y'all are not okay. And I want that to be put at the front and center because I just want us to never forget that we probably shouldn't be treating this nigga like he's a regular person. He's a fart addict. I'm sorry, like you just don't get to have your regular humanity with the rest of us. You're not a normal nigga, bro.
Talk about this nigga like he's subhuman. When
He
he
is,
kind
bro.
of is.
You're a fucking fart fanatic, bro. No way. I'm not letting you get this off, yo. I'm sorry. I cannot let you get this off, yo.
Yo. FBI is listed, yo. Check his search history, please.
Like,
I
bro, I know
know
his search history
it's
is heinous,
crazy.
bro. If these are his DMs, his search history is a minefield. Fucking minefield. That shit is a nuclear arsenal, nigga.
Yo,
Like, no
that nigga's
way.
insane.
This nigga is oh my god, a flatulence fan, yo. Like, what's up with boy?
Flatulence fan, a casual flatulence fan.
Yeah, man. This nigga, what's that? A poop prince. He look like, what's up with you, bro? I got nothing else, man. It's just prayers down to the nigga buying farts on fucking Twitter, yo. Any of you niggas, for real, for real.
Yeah, any nigga that's listening secretly got that cake. I'm talking to you too.
Yeah, bro,
Even
bro,
if
listen. Yeah,
you haven't acted on it yet, I'm still talking down to you.
yeah, bro. Listen, if you got that kink, I'm judging you. Just understand it's not as bad as this guy. You got to do what he did to get here. Like, if you just a fart liker, bro, stay away from me. But like, it is what it is. But like, if you a fart fanatic and you willing to die over this shit, bro, you know what I want to happen to you. Like, it ain't even a question.
You know, it's crazy. It's so many niggas out here like that this is almost normalized. Like, you know how many OnlyFans models I like just randomly stumbled upon, and I'll scroll through their media, and they just got fart videos. Like, cause so many niggas ask for it that they just readily put it out.
Listen, I know. Listen. I have the craziest thing is I remember bringing up this fart shit and then hearing some things from women, and I was just saying, okay, I'm judging y'all too, but not as hard,
Oh, they like it too.
not as harshly, not even liking it. I mean, listen, it's always a chance to get that bag, get your bag, but if you selling farts in a mason jar, I mean, come on, man,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
we
How's
at,
that different
yo?
from selling bathwater or selling used panties?
I mean, all of that shit is a little skeevy to me because you don't know what niggas really doing with that shit, but like,
I don't care if I'm getting paid for it. Listen, I'm not weird for selling it. He's weird for asking for it.
I'm not saying you weird for selling it. That's not the word I'd use. I'm just saying like you gotta be very careful with shit like that, man. I don't know.
What he about to do? Brew Haria? He about to clone me with my fart
He about
DNA?
to clone you with your man.
It was some poop particles in that jar. He about to take those and get to the lab and start cooking.
Get the hell on, man. All right, man. What else we got? I don't care about Bad Bunny getting choke slammed. Neither do I really care about WrestleMania. Um, apparently Roman Reigns won, and I don't know. Maybe he wasn't supposed to win. Again,
Yeah,
I
people were
wouldn't know.
saying the other nigga got what do you call it?
Cody Rhodes. I was like, I remember that nigga being I remember him being on WWE years ago. I guess he left and came back or something. I don't know what happened there, but
I don't know. I don't keep up with wrestling, but I know niggas like I guess maybe he went to A and W or something. Not A&W. What's the shit called?
AEW or one of them shits, yeah.
AEW. Yeah, maybe he left and he came back. I don't know. Um, didn't Vince McMahon sold to somebody too, right? Like he sold WWE.
Uh, I think recently to UFC. The
He sold it
UFC.
to UFC. Oh,
Hold on, yeah, 2 days ago. Let's see. So Endeavor, which is the parent company of the UFC, announced it will
Endeavor.
acquire WWE's pro wrestling brand, and they will combine them. So the valuation of the new entity will be 21.4 billion, and it'll be one of the biggest players in all of sports and entertainment. Endeavor will own 51%, while current WWE shareholders will own 49. Vince McMahon will stay on as executive chairman. Dana White will remain president of the UFC. Okay, so yeah, um, yeah, I don't know. We don't. Who knows? I'm sure this will make WWE shits pay. I feel like they're just. I don't know. I don't know. I really actually don't know, but we'll see what happens with this. I guess.
UFC finna probably ruin wrestling. I don't trust Dana White at all.
Yeah, I mean, not me neither, but that picture of Ruby Rose, man. If I speak,
Speak on it, brother. You're amongst friends.
yeah, no,
You know, no, it's Ramadan. Don't speak on it. Actually,
I can't speak. Well, I mean, listen, if it's Ramadan, and you listen to this shit, dog. You just don't really give a fuck.
what you mean, yo? We for the people. We allies.
Are we? Like we allies, but like to that particular that I don't know about that one.
I'm rooting for y'all.
No, I'm rooting for y'all too. I just don't think that we can call ourselves allies when we making the content we making.
So you saying we're
Part of the
haram?
problem, perhaps.
I'm not just about to let you call me haram. I'm sorry. I'm just
Man,
yeah.
they just
No,
be putting anything on my for you know. Still.
I was about to say still, yeah, because they've been doing that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, now the issue is I follow Bromo. Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah. Yeah. Well.
You about to see some
Um.
bad?
Let's see. Oh, okay. Okay, nah. So apparently that yeah, no, I'm not even gonna read that out loud. That farting
It gets worse. How does it
yeah,
get
it gets worse.
worse?
Apparently he was going on some date with some woman back then. And she took mad long to come out. So he like locked himself in the car with a mad stinky fart and then
Yo,
he-
yo,
I
come
swear to you,
on,
I
dog,
wish
come on,
I
dog.
swear I wish
No, no, no. Enough of this. Enough. Stop it.
I be wanting the things that I say to be fake, but like they not, unfortunately.
We gotta, we gotta bring back.
Shame.
I feel like we have shame, but it's not as damaging as it used to be. We need to bring back public floggings.
Okay.
That'll deter niggas from doing this weird shit.
Yeah.
Oh, like in some countries they cut a hand off if you steal something.
Mm-hmm.
Just cut a hand off if you ask someone to buy a fart.
I'm sure there's plenty of women who would just like, hey, hold on, that is a revenue stream. Easy. What else do we have, man? What else do we have? We got the Fed Now joint. I don't even really care for real.
Yeah, I don't care
Um,
either.
after them farts, bro, like that's just like that shit got me.
Farts took the wind out of your sail.
It just got me.
I'm sorry.
Oh man, it was a good one. It was a good one. It was subtle. Barely, almost didn't even catch it. Let's see. South African pilot finds Cobra under seat.
They got cobras in South Africa. I guess they
Apparently,
got everything in Africa. Yeah,
specifically under his seat, I guess.
that's scary.
Let's see what else. The Cash App founder was found fatally stabbed in San Francisco.
He was about to buy TNT.
Yeah, he was about to buy AEW. Let's see. Keep moving, let's keep moving. Let's see if there's any news. I'm gonna go through all these news stories. If I don't find out, I'm gonna pass it to you. And if we ain't got nothing, we out of here. For real, for real. Let's see. No, nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. Trump gets arrested. Sure. Uh,
You know
what
what?
is
I
this?
kind of this is gonna sound crazy, but I kind of hope Trump wins the presidency because
Yeah, it's gonna sound very crazy, actually.
because the amount of shit that this country is gonna it's already on the decline, and I give it like maybe 10, 15 years. But if Trump wins, I'm giving it 2 years.
Nigga, this country is not gonna be done in 10 to 15, man. Get the fuck
Bro,
on.
dog, the way shit is headed. I mean, we literally just talked about how these states are literally doing shit on purpose to incite niggas to violence. I mean, they're speeding up the clock.
Sure, but my people fail to realize like these clocks operate on hundreds of years of scale. Like it's just like dog, like you can't you just don't it just don't work that way. Because especially with this specific country where it's like, brother, with this country will listen, don't get me wrong, that's not to say that a terrible bunch of terrible things won't happen in 20 years or 30 years and there won't be like mass cullings and shit like that. Yeah, sure, there will be. But it's just like to say that this country is going to be over, that shit is not happening. It's not going to be over until everything's over. Like, so that's what I mean. Like, unless you think the world's ending in 20, like, I don't, there is no end in 20.
I guess that's fair. I don't see the world ending unless something catastrophic happens. I don't. Yeah, I don't see nothing happening in 20 years. I still think this. You might have a point that this country's not going down unless everything else goes down, but I could see a world where this country at least gets destabilized if it doesn't completely fall.
Pretty unstable. It's been destabilized. Trump was one of the first. I mean, a lot of people just contributed to the destabilization. I mean, think about it. George Bush cheated. That was part of the opening destabilization. I mean, Ronald Reagan, destabilization. There's a lot of different things that helped destabilize the country over the years. That's what I mean when I say like the gap between Reagan and now is 50 years. So it's like I just
Yeah,
don't
it's
like
50 years since the fucking. Oh my god. I remember like it was yesterday.
like but like the gap between Reagan and now is 50 years. So it's just like I think again because we're humans and we only live on we think on such smaller scales, it's hard for us to imagine that this country will continue without us. Like it just doesn't seem that way because it's like, well, based on what I'm seeing, and it's like, bro, you don't think every generation had that moment? You think that niggas who fought in World War II didn't think this shit was over with?
That's a fair point.
You know what I mean? Like the niggas who fought Vietnam, Korea, any one of those motherfucking wars after that was like, yeah, this gonna be the one, bro, for real, for real.
This gonna end it. Yeah,
Because I don't. How, you talking about the whole world fighting? How we gonna come back after this? Believe me, nigga. There's money to be made. They'll figure it out.
that's true. We ain't even have a third world war yet, so
Let's see. I still don't have none. I'm looking.
ain't
I'm.
nothing really happening newsworthy this week. Well, I mean, plenty of stuff happening newsworthy, but stuff that we care to talk about, no.
No. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, nah. I don't got nothing. I don't got nothing. A bunch of Bitcoin shit, AI job, General Motors. Boy, I don't give a shit about none of that shit.
Oh, did you see? Since you brought up AI, did you see that video I posted of the guy explaining how AI is able to lie now?
Yeah, I did. I did. The where it was talking about he like tasked the AI to do something and it just like lied to get it done.
Yeah, this he's got told in the AI program to make as much money as possible. The AI signed up, for all those like free surveys online where you get paid to do the survey.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the surveys came up with the "Are you a robot" thing. So the AI went to like this kind of help app called what's it called? TaskRabbit or something where you can hire
Mm-hmm.
people to do small jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And the AI went to go hire a guy to click the "You are not a robot" button. And then the guy asked the AI, "You're not," jokingly, obviously, he didn't know it was AI. He said, "You're not a robot, right?" And the AI lied and said no.
Yeah, I think he said it came up with like some story about it being like disabled.
Yeah.
Da da
So
da this and that.
that's where we are as a society right now. AI can just lie to niggas. And also, I don't really give a fuck about AI lying. My main takeaway was I can use AI to make money. That's what I was gathering.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I think people again, this goes back to my whole thing with AI and everyone's apprehension to it is like just like every other service, this will be a money service. Like it'll just be if you
Right.
can't afford to get in, then there's benefits that come with this and it's like it's going to be price locked. So, if you've got the money, you can afford to use the AI and find out all the cute and cool ways it can be used for good, at least to help you. But then if you can't, which again, they're gonna make sure, like, so that's my whole thing where I feel like people are like thinking like, oh, they're just gonna use like dog. No, they're gonna make money off of this shit. Like, yes, they're gonna do terrible shit with the AI, just like they'll do terrible shit with fusion energy. Anything new that they come up with, capitalism will get its nasty, stinky fucking hands on, and they'll do something wild with it. But my whole point is, there's gonna be a lot of other shit that we like that just comes with that. Like, nigga, we got GPS because the fucking government got up with the military and was like, "Yo, I want to track niggas." Again, a nasty goal that ended up helping us out.
Yeah.
So it's like, again, I'm not, but again, I'm sure it still increased the nastiness of a bunch of other shit. But like, that's how it's gonna go. So it's like these things, people acting like AI is gonna destroy us and take our jobs and da da da. And that's just, I don't
Oh,
see that coming first.
they've been having machines do manual labor for decades now. So I mean, this whole AI taking our jobs thing, if it was gonna happen, it would have happened already.
Yeah, and it's not on that again, we're humans. We can't like we think like, yo, in 5 years, I see that's not how shit works, bro, for real. You talking about breakthroughs of this nature, like because think about it. We had I can't even think of the name of the AI we had when I was on AOL that you could talk to and it would talk back to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, think about it. Up until not too long ago, that was the AI we had, at least publicly accessible.
Remember, yeah, the Tumblr bot on fucking Tumblr that you could just
Yeah,
randomly
and that
visit.
shit stinks. Like,
Yeah.
so that's what I mean when I say like that. We talking AOL? That was what, like 2005, nigga, 2004.
Yeah.
Dog, that was 20 years ago, almost 20 years ago. And the tech, again, available on a public scale, has not changed much. ChatGPT comes in, and that's recent, last 2 3 years. So it's like 15 years of nothing. Like that's what I mean when I say we fall for this trick, thinking shit will continue to move at the pace it moves or only faster. Like
Yeah,
that's just
sometimes we get breakthroughs just out of nowhere and it advances us by 10 to 15 years and then
yeah.
nothing happens for 50 years.
Right. And then we're sitting there because, like you said, because we really shouldn't have even been there, but this breakthrough led us there. And now that we're there, we got to get the other 2 or 3 breakthroughs that break us through to the next place. It's like, again, I treat this shit like an RPG where like you complete some objective and it opens up a cave and you're like, oh shit, you go in the cave and you're like, oh, these niggas strong as fuck. Hold on. Then you go find out it's a certain weapon you got to get, but to get the weapon, you got to beat the story mode, which is going to take
Yeah.
you 3. You know what I mean? So it's just like, dog, it's the same shit. Where it's like it's not a linear scale, but I swear we always think it is. It's like it can only get faster, it can only move faster, it can only get stronger, better, and it's just like it don't work like that. Like especially when we're encroaching upon things that we have no fucking real understanding or frame of reference for. Like fusion energy, nigga. Like you said, like AI taking on these tasks, and we don't really even have a frame of reference for how this can go for real. We got all these movie things and all these stupid ideas of the movies and oh, it could be my robot maid and my little robot helper and my little but it's like, bro, there's shit that we're not even thinking of. AI could be running brain scans, nigga. Like we AI could be doing shit that no one's even considering because again, we're just not there. There's no technology even around it, so we're not even thinking about it.
Yeah. No, you're definitely right. That's why I still think the singularity is gonna happen at some point, but it's not happening in our lifetime. It's probably not happening in our kids' lifetime, our grandkids' lifetime. It's just we're not even close to that yet. We're
Hmm.
not even close to quantum computers. We're not close to half of the shit that happens in these science fiction stories that people were saying, hey, AI is gonna take us there. Skynet, all that. We're not anywhere in the remote vicinity of that happening.
Yeah. No, we're not. And like that's what I mean when I say like fusion energy might be the gateway. Just so now that you're in the room, you got to figure everything out in the room first before you can. You know what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
ain't like I'm going
Fusion
straight
energy
from.
open the door. Now you got a whole warehouse full of shit that you don't understand. You gotta tinker
Yeah,
with.
you reading shit. And you like I don't even know what these words mean. Like no, don't worry. You can't. You can't possibly know what they mean yet. You will in 17 years. Don't even trip. And then in 17 years you can start. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, but like, or in 17 years you're like, oh shit. So when I did the da da da, that was linked to the yeah. Okay, cool. But yeah, I just think it's like the arrogance of humans. Like it's the arrogance of thinking we can only get better, we can only get faster, we can only move faster, think stronger, da da da, this and that. And it's just like, bro, we're talking about shit that we've never ever in our life discovered or had any sort of understanding of. Like this is not, you know what I mean? Like just the headspace required to approach a challenge differently can take decades because everyone in that class just thinks the same. You get what
Yeah,
I mean?
everyone
Like,
in that field of science, that field of research, they all
yeah,
have their leaders that they look to, and everybody usually thinks the same way. Well, this
right.
happens, so scientifically speaking, this has to happen. Once we're gonna get to a point in science and technology where science, we won't have an explanation for it, and then what then? Just gotta figure some shit out.
I mean, and that's where we're at with a lot of shit now. And some of those questions just remain dead until 8 years later, somebody discovers something else, and the niggas like,
Yeah,
wait, would that apply to my so and so? And then they look and they both compare each other, and they're like, oh shit, bro, I think it might.
I mean, think about it. For the last however many years, and even not even for the last, currently, the smartest nigga on earth was Albert Einstein, and we're still basing everything that we do related to science and universe and physics. Everything is based off of this nigga. E
I'm,
equals MC squared, mass, all
I'm
this stuff.
smarter than him. For real, for real. I'm smarter than him.
I just wanted to let you sit with that.
Oh, dude, you can let me sit with it all day.
You're not
What?
smart now, yo.
You
And
bugging, nigga. I'm way smarter than him. You know how I know I'm smarter than him?
how?
Still living.
I don't think
That's
that
exactly how it
equates
worked for
to
me.
for you.
Mhm.
You know, in your own little universe, I don't doubt that you are smarter than him.
Mhm. It's a Fendi fact, nigga.
Shit, if that's the case, I'm smarter than you. By the transitive properties, I'm smarter than him.
Hey, look.
See,
That's
winners.
what's up.
Winners do.
Winners do. Oh man, said what else? Do I got anything? You're Ukraine. Yeah, I keep forgetting that whole Ukraine shit is happening, huh? Man arrested after taking platypus on train.
Why is that an
Uh,
arrest-worthy activity?
it's
Also, why was he taking a platypus on a train?
you don't even want to know why he was doing that for real.
The fact that you just said that, I definitely don't want to know. But why you taking on a train though?
He just found it in the wild and he was trying to go home with it.
I mean, we're all a little bit guilty of finding random animals in the wild and want to go home with it, right? I mean, come on, right?
But apparently, platypus is a protected animal. In Australia, which is where they were.
Are they endangered in Australia?
I don't know, but yeah, basically. Well, platypuses also have venomous spurs on their hind feet, so they're tough. They're dangerous to handle.
I knew that.
Um, and I'm crying. They said the platypus's removal from its habitat sparked a police hunt, as both the hold on, what
Oh, he
force?
kidnapped that nigga from a zoo, his habitat. He took him.
No, he just took it from its natural habitat. It was just in a river or some shit.
This nigga was just out on a leisurely river stroll and just, oh shit, a platypus. Let me
But
get
this
that.
would be the shit that kill me with white people because it's like, did somebody call the police because this nigga had a platypus?
I
Like that had to
guarantee
be
you,
what
bro.
happened.
Somebody saw the platypus and was like, yo, no, this nigga don't. I'm calling the authorities.
Yeah, like, but the nigga took the platypus for showing them people, yeah, he takes a good pet and no problem. Like, nigga went to the store and shit, whatever, silly named Australian stores they got out there.
How
Order
chill was
some
that
shit.
platypus though? Like the nigga's just in the river, minds on business, just random guy just pops up and takes him. He's like, oh shit. All right, guess I'm going with you then.
Huh?
Nigga
Fuck
didn't
it.
freak out, use the poisonous spurs or nothing. Just,
He said, yo, what we? Oh, we just going to the big W. All right, cool.
hey man, I'm with it. I was looking for a change of scenery anyway.
Oh, he went to the Big W in Australia. That's a what else? It's supposed to be a one-stop shop in Australia. They got what do they got in this bitch?
They got it. That's like a shopping gulp.
Oh, it's a shop and gulp. You're fucking hilarious. They got everything in here. They got toys, gaming, stationery, household cleaning, snacks and drinks,
Oh,
health
it's
and beauty
Walmart.
products. It's like a travel. Oh yeah, it looked like a damn CVS type beat or some shit. Tech and audio, gaming. Yeah, it's like a Target or some shit. Nigga took the platypus to Target. Yeah, crazy work.
He's just trying to show the nigga how he could be living with a boss.
He said, "No, I mean, now see, here's the thing. I'm gonna have to put you back in the Caboolture River, but once I do that,
Is that the actual name of the
that's
river?
the actual name of the river. I promise. You know what I mean? But like, I'll let you see what the world was like for real."
He just got done watching Phineas and Ferb. He's like, I gotta go see what Perry up to, yo.
Yeah, yo, you ever seen a video like the King's Guard and like England and shit, and like they be like barking on niggas and like running through niggas? I'm like, yo, I ain't gonna hold you, yo. You not finna do no shit like that to me.
Absolutely not. No.
Like, whose fucking face is you barking at, nigga? What? Like, I won't put you in the dirt, nigga.
In your fancy ass hat.
Not to mention, the funniest part was the lady tried to take a picture with him, and I guess he ain't trip over the picture. But the moment she touched that nigga, he did like a 1-2 stomp, and then screamed like, I ain't gonna hold you. He screamed kind of like a bitch too, for real. But he was just like, "Do not touch the king's lifeguard," and I'm like, you ain't even say it like you was really trying to like give her nothing. Like you sounded mad corny when you said it, like for real. For real.
Why he's still talking about the queen? She dead.
Well, he said the kings. That's why he said the kings.
Oh, king. Sorry, I thought you said queen.
Yeah, no, he know. Um, and don't get me wrong, like a lot of people were saying that they don't have much sympathy for her, saying that he was just doing his job and like he's not there to be an attraction. I'm like, the fuck he ain't. What fucking job are you doing holding that goddamn saber, nigga? Shut the fuck up. What are y'all talking about?
What
You
is
have a
even the point of their job? They're
yeah,
not guarding
again,
shit.
if
If I
you
pull
supposed
up,
to
I can take
yeah,
them niggas.
thank you. If you supposed to believe me, convince me you're a security guard, you have a sword, nigga. Shut up, bro.
You
You
need
have
to
a
have
sword and armor
MI5.
on.
Bring
Not-
James Bond, yo.
what you call that shit? The up top joint? What's that? Cuirass? That's what it's called, right?
A cure hat.
You know what I'm talking about? It's like the breastplate with the back plate fastened together.
Yeah, I know that.
Like, bro, you wearing that and some big ass doofy ass gloves and a saber, brother. You're not protecting shit.
Don't forget the
You
giant
literally are there
ass fur
for
hat.
yeah, and the goofy ass hat, brother. I don't know who told you otherwise. You are literally there to be an attraction. I'm
Literally,
sorry,
niggas
like
go to see you. When they go to London, they go to see you. You're an
uh,
exhibit.
they said, yo, if you touch a member of the Queen's Guard, well, in this case, the King's Guard, um, they said in this case they're actually allowed to shout warnings at you to make you go away. I'm like, so they can't do nothing though, is what
Yeah,
I'm still
they're
hearing.
allowed to
So
shout. I like how they say they're allowed to shout. Like them niggas got strict rules. They can't do shit. Listen, if you touch me, I'm allowed to yell at you sternly.
yeah. Now don't get me wrong, there was other people on the other part like, well, why is he yelling? And yeah, nah, sorry. Yeah, no, sorry. Can't give you that one. I simultaneously don't think it's the other. I don't think I'm somewhere in the middle where it's just like, yes, that's his job though. Like, yo, get out my face before I earth you, nigga. Like you're crazy. Like, what are you
It's like
talking about?
that's like a nigga going to a random hotel and just fucking with security there for no reason.
Yeah, literally. And the security guard yelling in your face, you're like, yo, all right, yo, chill. Damn, nigga. Fuck wrong with you? Nigga mad because his job sucked.
I don't know if it's still a thing now, but remember back in the day, people made a big deal out of the Queen's Guard and how they weren't allowed to move or show reactions or anything. So niggas used to just go to England and just like yell in these niggas' faces and do all types of shit to see if they can get a reaction. I don't know if
Yeah,
niggas
no.
do that, but
Yeah, it is goofy.
apparently,
Somebody
apparently
had
now
me.
they can yell in niggas' faces.
Somebody was like, they're military personnel doing a job. They're not Disney actors. And dude said, then they should stop dressing like Disney actors.
They literally dress like that one nigga from what was it? The Hunchback of Notre Dame? No. It was Beauty and the Beast. You know exactly what I'm
hmm
talking about, the nigga wearing the red?
hmm
That's exactly what they dress like.
Yeah, no, that shit was hilarious. Um, yeah, no, I don't know. Like my whole thing is like, yeah, like you trying to take a pic with the King's Guard, and he just supposed to stand there stoic. If you touch me, yo, bro, you what, yo, chill out, yo. Like, yeah, he is just doing his job. I respect it. You just not gonna yell at me like that, even if I did touch you, nigga.
Yeah, I'm on both sides. Like, listen, he's
Yeah,
doing his job. Don't
I'm,
fuck with him. But if it's
yeah,
me, you're not gonna yell at me like that.
yeah. If it's me, yo, watch your mouth, bro. I'll do
But at the
you
same time,
crazy
I
bad,
wouldn't
nigga.
be in that situation because I wouldn't be fuck with a nigga just doing his job.
One, two, I don't give a fuck about Buckingham Palace, so I wouldn't be there either.
Exactly.
And three, most importantly, bro, I'm not going to fucking England, nigga.
I mean, I'll go to England,
No, I'll
but
go to England too. I just like talking shit about England.
I love talking shit about England.
I love like I'll say that all the time. Like, what the fuck am I going to France for? And then want to go to France. Like, I love saying shit like that.
I want to go to a lot of places in Europe except for Italy. I
Yeah,
hear
I'm good off of
Italy
Italy.
is like the most racist place on earth.
Yeah, I'm good
In
off of
Rome, they
Italy.
be treating niggas like the fourth class citizens. Fuck second or
Nah,
third.
fourth class.
They treating you like fucking mole man. You just came up
Nigga,
out the soil.
no man, niggas making pig noises at you and shit. Nigga, look at you.
Them-
Come on,
Yeah,
come on, come on.
the
Like
most racist country on earth. It's crazy.
you just like yo, who? I'm screaming. Why I type in cuirass and said people also search for greaves. Okay, russet armor. Okay, cursed helmet. Hello.
Cursed helmet. We play a Dark Souls.
Yeah. Now we playing Mobile Legends. Bang bang.
Whoa, that we sponsored by them.
No, I pray to God we aren't.
Guys, go download Raid Shadow Legends. Put in Bozo
For
for
your coupon code to get 20 extra silver.
20 silver. I guarantee you, shit costs like 18,000 silver. 20 is worth it.
Shit because the 1800 niggas getting 20 free. Nah, but you wouldn't understand, bro, because it deals magic damage equal to 2% of the hero's max HP per second to nearby enemies, bro. Come on, yo.
Yeah.
That shit don't even seem that cursed for real. Because if it only do damage to my opponents, like that's how's that cursed for real? I'm sorry. But yeah, nah. Yeah, I don't know. Let's just keep going. Let's keep going down the news stories.
Niggas,
Italy wants to fine people for using English. Hilarious.
yo, fuck Italy, yo. Fuck Italians. I'm saying it with my chest.
Not this article start off with fucking on February 11th, 1923, the fascist government led by where are we where are we going?
I guarantee you it started like that because Mussolini's like great great granddaughter got elected there. Once again, fuck Italy.
Mm, nah, that's literally
I know, I know where it was going. As soon as they brought
that's
up 1923,
literally
I knew where it was
yeah.
going.
Like I'm looking at this. That's bar for bar. Like what's happening here?
Italy elected a fascist great great descendant.
Oh,
Fuck
I
Italy.
thought you was gonna say that other FA word. I was about to say, hey, yo. Like I'm editing this, right? Like he said
Boy,
Italy elected a
it's
he
nasty,
said, let's
man.
go. Let's get some representation in Italy. Let's go. But yeah, they are. It includes imposing a fine of up to $108,000 on the use of
Hello.
forestorismi or foreign words that have Italian translations in official and public facing communications. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what this is. Yeah, not the Ministry of Silly Talks.
Yeah, the Ministry of Silly Talks.
It said they created now. Oh, hold on. At this time, the band became more serious, and speaking a foreign language was akin to treason. So in 1940, the punishment was up to 6 months in jail for the use of foreign words. Good God.
Yo, fuck Italy.
So they literally, I'm crying. Foreign names were translated into Italian. For instance, Louis Armstrong was Luigi Brachioforte. George Washington was Giorgio Vossingstone. They even changed. I swear to you, bro. I promise. I'm looking at it. That's why they call it the Ministry of Silly Talks.
When I go to
Um,
Europe next year, I'm gonna go to Italy for some nefarious activities. Yeah, I might not see me for a while.
they doubled tax businesses using foreign words because it assumed they made more money.
Yo,
But the whole thing was not to make money; it was to discourage the use of foreign words. With time, the bands became more serious and da da da. Yeah, okay, yeah, literally, this is literally it. Not to mention, they said in 1923, it is literally 2023, but that's neither here nor there. I'm supposed to believe, right?
purposeful.
Um, I'm crying, yo. Giorgio Vossingstone, Vossington, shit is killing me. That's my guy, yo. Oh man, they replaced words such as sandwich. You had to replace that. That sounds like some other shit. So it's Tramazino. He said that's the F1 driver.
Yeah.
Oh man, nah, that ass, yo. Giorgio
F1
Washington
driver.
lost to Luigi Brachioforte. Shit was crazy, yo. That race was wild, for real, for real. But yeah, nah. So they, oh, that's crazy. They had Russian salad was renamed Ensalada Tricolor, which is tricolor salad, which is literally what we still have today. When
I
it's
thought
really Russian salad, it's actually Russian. That's crazy.
I thought you were about to say inshallah when you said.
And
I was
oh
gonna say,
no.
don't say inshallah in reference to Italy. Prayers down, outshallah constantly.
But yeah, no. So like the Ministry of Silly Talks, I guess this is crazy. Well, yeah. Prayers for the people of Italy, because um,
Nah, prayers down for the people of Italy. They just as bad as the fascist government.
listen, I'm talking about the people who aren't fascist.
I was
Okay,
gonna say, when you
like
go to Italy, who do you
can
think's
you?
oppressing black people? It's
I'm
not the
about to say,
government. It's the
but
random niggas in the streets.
do you think there's a world where there's more than one fucking person in Italy who's not a fascist? Like, surely it can't be the entire fucking country.
And they be making it seem like it, honestly. Prayers up to all the good people in Italy.
Let's see. President from Belarus carried a watermelon to meet with Steven Seagal. I don't know why he did that. Ecuador's
No, no,
they're
no. Don't just skip past that article. Don't just go back to that. Read that article in full.
what?
Why the fuck? First off, why is Steven Seagal meeting with the president of what country?
Oh no, this whole thing was about like authoritarian like dictators who just end up doing really strange things like to link up with people.
Oh,
They had Ecuador's leader who dressed like Batman to talk to voters. I remember. I think I remember those
okay.
pictures. Literally.
That's kind of hard. I fuck with that.
I think I literally remember those pictures.
Is that nigga that peed on himself a few months ago on the list?
He is not. I don't know if that was
That's crazy.
one of the things he was trying to get across.
Nah, he was trying to say that he's an ally of old incontinent people.
Let's see. There was apparently there was 4 people unalived near a Cancun beach resort. Yeah, I'm staying the fuck out of Mexico, buddy.
Damn, I thought Cancun was supposed to be safe. That's why you don't leave the resort. You stay on that resort.
No, hold on. Framed by AI. Oh, this is insane. Framed by AI. Chat GPT makes up a sexual harassment scandal and names real professor as accused. Holy shit.
Yo. See,
Holy shit.
this is the real danger of AI. We don't need to worry about Skynet.
Oh, yo. What in the fucking world?
Somebody had to program that though. They probably said Chat GPT, make up a scenario with this nigga I hate.
Nah,
It's some
it was
heinous
probably
shit.
like, yo, these are the traits of the nigga I don't like. That shit was scouring Twitter and said, wait a second. This look like that nigga he don't like.
Oh man.
Okay, oh man, okay, so hold
That's
on. How did
scary.
this Okay, so this guy, Jonathan Turley, got to know. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. I feel like I've heard that name before, and I don't think you're a decent guy.
Huh. Maybe the AI was onto something.
Wait a second. Wait a second. No, 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 no. Give me a second. He testified in multiple impeachment hearings and removal trials in Congress, including the impeachment of Bill Clinton, and both the first and second impeachments of Donald Trump, First Amendment advocate, Fox News contributor.
Fox News contributor. Get him out of here.
Okay.
That
Yeah,
AI,
yeah.
whatever that AI said he did that shit.
Well, he did also call for criminal prosecution of the Bush administration for war crimes.
AI be lying, y'all.
He also argued for the legalization of polygamy. This guy doesn't know where he stands. Oh my god.
This nigga's just whoever's paying him.
He just all over the place. These are I don't know what this guy's views for real are.
He don't stand for nothing. Whoever got a check.
Oh, okay. Damn, he called that nigga a sin eater. That's insane.
That sounds like a fucking. I don't think that's literally something from Dark Souls.
No, sin eater apparently is a real person. I didn't know it was a real thing, but it's a person who consumes a ritual meal in order to spiritually take on the sins of a deceased or otherwise alive person.
Oh, I'm
Huh.
gonna need somebody to do that for me when I die.
I'm gonna need that like soon. In fact.
Yeah. So, nigga, take everything from me. Suck me dry, please.
Oh no. Yeah, he argued against the Trump impeachment. Okay, yeah. So listen, I'm not gonna hold you, buddy. Maybe I don't know. Maybe the Chat GPT has something on you. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Chat GPT might have said something. Like he's like. So anyway, so Jonathan Turley, yeah, he did it. Whatever they say, whatever Chat GPT say he did that shit.
When I was
Um,
that shit.
Yeah, so basically, that he got to know that he was on a Chat GPT generated list of legal scholars. I was mad at y'all then, who had sexually assaulted or harassed their students and others. With the Washington Post report cited as a source on Wednesday, the Washington Post verified that the cited story never existed. Not only that, it was later discovered that the field trip where this alleged assault took place never happened. Professor Turley refuted ever being
Wait.
accused.
Niggas take field trips in college?
No, but like think about it. I think what happened was Chat GPT. The chatbot
Oh,
made the claim that there was a trip
okay.
and that there was
Yeah.
harassment going on a trip just for everyone to find out, like, nigga, this trip never even happened. And then I
Got
guess somebody realized, wait, who said that again?
it. And then they found out it was the bot. The
Yeah, the
Borg
bot smooth just
derogatory.
said the Borg derogatory for real, for real. So yeah, I'm just trying to think, like, there's also like a legal aspect to this, right? Like, what's the
Who's getting sued?
legality? Yeah, right. Most importantly, because
It's gotta
that
be
is
the nigga that set the AI up to frame him.
Yeah. Huh. Because I mean, this is very easy to imagine where this could have caused chaos in your life. Like, granted, this case seems like it didn't necessarily get picked up the way it could have, but if it made up an entirely fictitious sexual harassment essay case and then named a real person and then cited a fake article from a reputable and real newspaper.
It cited a fake article. My God.
Like it cited an article that like when you click the link, it doesn't go anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, but like
No, but I mean, like it came up with
yeah,
an
it cited
article
it and
from
wrote
a
it like
real.
as if yeah,
This is terrifying.
yeah, yeah. It referenced a Washington Post story from 2018 as a source. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think of this. To be honest with you, I give you a hint. This is bad, Skip.
I take back everything we said earlier about AI. This will be the downfall of mankind. We're on the cusp. I give it. I said 10 years before. I give it 7 now.
But somebody was saying they tried to replicate this, but the chatbot refused to answer. And I was like, because you're going
Wait,
about it
is
the
it the
wrong way.
same chatbot or is it a
It's
different?
open AI, so
Oh, okay,
ChatGPT,
sweet.
same
Yeah.
shit. But
Oh, you're being
um,
too specific. You're trying to guide it to what you want it to do. You
yeah,
gotta
no,
be
no,
organic with it.
the chatbot will generate these things. It's just you can't put it at like you tell the chatbot, yo, write me a story about so and so and da 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 and da da da, and it'll do it. But you sitting there, yo, give me a list of people and accuse them of. Chatbot's like, whoa, bro, what?
I'm not about to do this shit, nigga. You trying to get me
Yeah,
strung up? Yo, what the fuck?
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, you wild, fool.
I can't even get that one to you, bro. This goes against my moral compass as a Borg.
But that's why that's why I always say like the chat GPT shit, like I see niggas still arguing with Twitter bots. So like I have no faith that we will be able to decipher the real from the fake.
That's why I said we got 7, nigga. This is about to take the world by storm. It's gonna be over for nobody's gonna be able to distinguish the real from the fake.
Between that, the voice shit that they've been doing, then the deep fakes getting right, bro.
I
Give
was
it
gonna
10,
say,
15
nigga,
years, boy.
you combine everything. You combine the deepfake videos, you get their mouths to sync up correctly. We got the voices this year. Nigga, Biden and Trump right now sound like they actually talking. So you got
Hmm.
deepfakes, you got the voices, and you give them a crazy good script that niggas actually fall for. It's
And,
over.
and
This is the downfall of mankind.
and you know what I'm really thinking about?
What?
Obviously, it was easy to do Biden and Trump because they make speeches and they speak publicly, so all their audio is out there. But then I just thought to myself, well, we got 90 episodes out there.
Oh, don't even worry about that. I already started the Bozo AI. It's
Oh,
already in the
okay, cool,
works.
cool, cool, cool. It's spreading agendas too, or
Oh yeah, I'm using it very negatively. Don't even worry about
I'm using it in terrible ways.
it. um, you're gonna get canceled here in a few. Don't worry about it though.
He said, "What? What's it relate to?" He said,
Something about R. Kelly did nothing wrong. You said that apparently. I don't. I
he,
wasn't there. I don't know why you
he
said
said
that.
it, and then after that, I think I don't know what did you say. Every house should have a Zumba. I don't know. I don't know what that one's about.
That don't even sound negative. That's just you was just getting shit off, huh?
Nah, that was me advocating for the Borgs.
Ah, got you. You got
Yeah,
stacked out. Yeah,
yeah.
we
She
gotta
look.
let them know we on their side. Yeah,
See how you ain't even catch it? Look, got
yeah,
him.
yeah.
What's that shit? The Kanye video? Gotcha.
That don't mean I'm anti-abortion though.
Let's see. Apparently, they have cancer-causing dye in Peeps. Is that why it tastes like shit?
Yeah, I be see. That's I knew that's why I didn't like dye. Yo, I was tasting. I mean, dye. I knew that's why I didn't like peeps. I was tasting the dye.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that must have been what it is. Yeah, I feel like Peeps are like they're good for one bite, and they
peeps is
need
not
like
good for
that's it.
anybody at all.
Like I'm willing to bite a Peep one time,
I'm not.
chew that, and say, "Okay, strange, strange. Let's not do this again," and get up out of here.
Listen, why even bite it if you know when you bite into it, it's gonna be strange, strange.
It's strange, but not bad. It's not like awful. It's just like wouldn't do this again. As I proceed to, I don't know, maybe take a bite out of a Peep in another year or two.
I mean, I don't even like marshmallows in general, so I definitely don't want like a super sugary flavored marshmallow.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither, pal. But I tell you what, and this will be the last thing I say before I get out of here. But back to that whole Caitlin Clark thing we said a long, long time ago. Uh, if Jokic wins the MVP, then maybe we'll have this whole issue again. Or if Embiid wins the MVP, we'll probably have this whole issue all over again. So
Now,
that's it.
if Embiid wins, we are definitely having this all over again,
Yeah.
but
So
probably
that's
worse.
that's something for you guys to look forward to.
My whole thing with the NBA is I think Jokic does deserve to win, but I feel like for so many years the NBA definitely has a preference for white players. It's as clear as day. So while I feel like people are, how do I put this? I don't agree with the people saying that Jokic is only getting the MVP because he's white. I think he definitely deserves it, but I see where those people are coming from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think for really, I wouldn't necessarily like. Don't get me wrong. Like the white part is a fact just from the strength that
It's
like
literally a fact. It's not
yeah,
a
like they just love
it's
to sell their like again a white athlete and a black athlete of the same caliber. Like a white
a white
athlete,
athlete's gonna
it's
get
going to be
picked
so
9
much
out of 10
easier
times.
to sell, quote
Yeah.
unquote. As it relates to MVP choices, I don't know if I can say that per se because typically, I mean, it don't usually be that. Well, I don't know. Maybe it is, right? Because there really ain't that many white folks that be good enough to get an MVP
Well,
anyway.
what I was about to say was this isn't just an MVP thing. This is the
Oh yeah, it's a
league as a
media
whole.
coverage. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Media
Like
coverage,
saying we can't
perception,
say that
narrative.
only
Yeah,
white
yeah.
people win the NBA because win the MVP because that's factually inaccurate. But the way they portray white players as opposed to black players, like back in the day, you would say they would have all these great things to say about Steve Nash, and they would only list his good qualities. But then a black player that's like almost a carbon copy of Steve Nash, the same exact caliber of player, plays the exact same way, and they paint him in a negative light.
Shit, I ain't gonna hold you. Who the fuck is a carbon copy of Steve Nash? That
Not
nigga must
literally a
been.
carbon copy, but
You know, I
just
know what you mean.
yeah. Because I mean,
But yeah,
think about all the great white players, and then there's a black player that's basically the same, and the black player don't get nearly enough shots. Like even right now, think about Jokic and Joel Embiid, two big men that's just out there dominating constantly,
mm-hmm.
scoring, blocking. The black nigga Robin. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's always like that in the NBA. It's just the white players don't get to shine.
And I think it's.
Obviously, niggas get shine too because the NBA is mostly black people. So of course,
Mhm.
black people are gonna get praised. But like you said a long, long time ago, when we were talking about the whole situation with LSU in Iowa, is when a white person does something in a predominantly black dominated sport, they get all the praise in the world. It's
Mhm.
almost like they're a token. It's like, oh, you
Yeah.
white, are you doing this? It's like how the internet is so fascinated by white rappers, like the Island Boys, how they and the fucking Catch Me Outside girl, how these white people just come in and just take over because the internet is just so fascinating when white people do black things. It's the same thing in sports. When white people come in and be good at black sports, they niggas like to show that off constantly. When I say niggas, I mean people. That's gender
Mhm.
neutral, race
Mhm.
neutral. They,
Yeah.
they want to put that on front page.
And I think when we see the worst of that is not necessarily MVP, All NBA. It's the opposite. We see the worst of that when
It's
niggas are doing
daily
bad.
coverage. Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
like when a white man and a black man are doing bad, right? And y'all are both stars. That's usually where we see the opposite of it. Because
Oh yeah, they be tearing niggas down.
yeah, it'll tear
Like,
a nigga up. But it's like again, let it be Luca, and it's he's
he don't really
young
have any help.
and
He's a one man
he's got
team.
to figure it out, and he's still learning how to be a leader. And it's just like, and again, but now one thing I will say though, and I say this happens often, is that quite often us again as black fans, we play that game in spaces where I'm not saying that didn't factor in at all, but you're still overlooking the most obvious thing. Like, for example, people compared Kyrie and Luca, like the criticisms of Kyrie on this Mavericks team versus the criticisms of Luca on this Mavericks team. And it's like, well, everyone's saying that Kyrie's not a leader, Kyrie's not this, Kyrie's not that, but like we don't care if Luka's not a leader. And I'm like, okay, see, here's the thing.
I was about to say.
Luka is 24. 1, you are 30 something. 2, you played with fucking LeBron and Kevin Durant.
Exactly.
Like, my expectation for you being a leader is not racially motivated. Bitch, you should be a leader by now in your career, nigga.
Plus,
Like, it's really
wasn't
that
the
simple.
whole reason he left LeBron because he said he wanted to go and be that guy. He wanted to be the number one. He wanted to lead.
Yeah,
So
no,
not being a leader now.
leader wasn't part of being that guy for him. Like, that wasn't what he meant when he said that. But, like, that's my whole thing. Like, when I say, like, sometimes we'll attribute things to race and we'll act like race. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying race doesn't play a part in there, but the part that race plays is much smaller than the part that just common sense plays. Like, nigga, you're a 30-something-year-old superstar. I'm expecting you to be a leader for the 24-year-old guy who doesn't have any help, and now he's got some help, and now he needs a leader. And like, that's the whole point. You get what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, no, of course we're not expecting fucking Luka to be a leader on a team full of fucking nobodies. Like, and he's 24. Or is he? Right? 24? Yeah, he's 24.
Yeah, nigga young.
So it's like, bro, this is a young bull who's in da-da-da. Now, granted, is he going to have to learn how to be a leader sooner rather than later? Absolutely. But again, what happens is the rope Luka's given to become a leader ends up being way longer, to the point to where if Luka never becomes a leader for his whole career, we won't really care, to be honest, because niggas will just say, well, I just enjoyed watching the game anyway. And whereas I don't think Kyrie necessarily gets that. Niggas always look at Kyrie, and I think they should, and I think they should look at Luka the same way. But that's what happens when you are the black athlete. People give you exactly what you should get, and then probably way more than you should, truthfully.
Yeah, no, facts.
But when you're the white athlete, you don't even get what you should be getting. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether that's good, whether that's bad. Like, when it's bad, the flack you're supposed to receive, you get maybe 60% of that, if that. And then they cut out all the bad parts, and they're like, no. We took the crust off. We made sure, like, it wasn't too bad. You know what I mean? Like, they gonna get in your ass, but like, they're not gonna break you down or tear you down, and then they just gonna ask you a couple hard questions, and hopefully you got answers.
Sink or swim, nigga. We carried you this far.
Meanwhile, when it's a nigga, it's like, nah, we gonna every day I'm gonna come in with something new.
We throwing dodgeballs, so this nigga had full speed.
I'm throwing the rolls of
I was
coins.
about to say, what's that shit said? I'm in your baby mama crib throwing M&Ms at your kid had full speed.
Like, bro, I'm the whole penny roll, the entire roll. I'm throwing it. I'm not taking pennies out individually. I'm throwing each roll. But yeah, so that's just my thing when it comes to like a lot of the racial elements of because a lot of people will, again, we get back into and I even say that with Steve Nash and some of that shit where it's just like, I think there were years, again, obviously there were years where Steve Nash was great. But then there was years where it's just like, bro, I'm sorry, but like, you winning an MVP with 17 and 11, that's getting it done for an MVP. And they're like, yeah, it was a different league back then. Look how many people barely scored over 20, da-da-da. And I'm like, yeah, okay, but look at Kobe's stats. Like, what are we talking about?
I mean, Kobe's just different, honestly.
Right. But then we'll get into the story. And that's where people fail to realize, like, these awards have always been arbitrary. There is no real standard or barometer that's met. This shit shifts every year.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even something like that, like niggas gave Dirk a lot of shit, and when he was out there for a while, he wasn't winning more, and like, oh, he an MVP, but he can't lead his team to a ring more than like he got the one run on a LeBron that was dehydrated and all that, and so niggas is like, that's a Mickey Mouse ring, like, yeah, they be killing me with that shit, the Mickey Mouse ring, and then he couldn't win another one.
I never understood that because we're niggas not playing just because it was a pandemic. It was a weird situation. Where I guess other niggas just weren't going as hard. They didn't care as much about the year.
I always say there's no such thing as a Mickey Mouse ring. Are there rings that are easier than others? Of course. But there is no such thing as like a ring that don't count. I don't care who was on your team. I don't care who you had. I don't care what the score was. I don't care if you swept them niggas 4-0 and blew them out 20 points every single game. Like, you still had to do what you had to do, nigga. Like, but yeah, it happens a lot. Like, and I think what also happens is
niggas like to discredit that Golden State team with Kevin Durant on it a lot too.
That's same thing. Same thing. When it's just like at the same time, it's like, and the thing I hate about that is like, dog, can you imagine the team before that won 72 games and still lost to LeBron? Like, I'm not telling you they needed Kevin Durant. What I'm telling you is they won without, or they lost without Kevin Durant. Like, that's what I'm
Yeah.
telling you. So, yeah, and that's one thing. Like, I mean, yeah, in the bubble, don't get me wrong, I love the bubble basketball. Like, a lot of people hated that shit, but I felt like that was some of the best pure hooping we seen in a minute, and we not getting that
No
now.
distractions. Niggas was
So
just
now
they was
niggas
in
want
the
to
dome.
club, niggas want to do this,
Yeah.
and because you
Niggas
know
want
what
to
I
put guns. John Wick be out there fooling.
not John Wick. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And don't get me wrong, like I wholeheartedly believe that Warriors team could have won without KD, but I think after it happened, they just said to themselves, like, yo, nah, listen, like I'm good
It's
off of
so
that.
easy. Just yeah.
And their owner, like people fail to realize their owner he's a sick nigga. Like he's like one of those niggas, like, bro, I want my team to be better every single year. Like, so after a 72 win season where they still lose the ring, he
That's
looking
not
like, nah.
possible. I was gonna say that statistically speaking, that's just not
He
possible.
said, "What do you mean it's not? I'm finna do it. Watch this." And they went out and got Kevin Durant. Like, yo, you're a sick nigga, bro. You're really a sick nigga.
But
Like,
where do you
granted,
go from there though? Look at somehow Golden State has still I don't know if they've gotten better or other teams just weren't playing like for real, for real.
other teams weren't playing for real. Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't that.
Yeah, he couldn't have been that because niggas want to win badly, but somehow without Kevin Durant, the niggas still figured out a way to win.
Yeah, yeah, they still got a ring this last season against Jason Tatum and them. So, like, that's my thing. Like, but I like going back to our original point. Like, it's definitely true. And the thing that I always hate is I hate when players feed into it. Like, you're gonna catch slack anyway for X, Y, and Z. Don't then literally be awful at X, Y, and Z and refuse to do anything about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like niggas are gonna be looking at you like, yo, why you not a leader? You 30 something, you da da da. And it's just like, and you're gonna make the decision to go your whole career and never be a leader. That's what you're gonna do.
I'm not here to be a leader. I'm here
Yeah,
to ball.
that's what you're gonna do, and that's gonna stay with you. And then my whole point is, then we're gonna, in hindsight, look at this whole thing and act like, yeah, we did Kyrie so bad, and did we do more than we should have?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I'm saying. What?
Did we do him bad? Probably, like comparatively speaking, no, not really. We didn't do you bad enough, dog, because you didn't learn shit from this clearly. Because for all the shit that niggas did do to you, what happened? Nothing. You proceeded to remain an idiot, remain an asshole about some of the things. Yeah, you learn to shut the hell up sometimes. But my problem
Yeah,
is, it's like
sometimes.
you are no different than the rest of these players in this league. Like, you're not under some insane scrutiny. Once you start talking and people realize you're a good nigga to go to get some quotes, they're gonna keep going to you. The only reason why you're a commodity in terms of your interviews is because you won't shut the fuck up.
Even before all this anti-Semitism that Kyrie has been spouting, this nigga has been a quote factory for years. Remember when all the NBA players were into flat Earth? Kyrie was the main nigga.
Quote factory then, right?
This nigga's been talking. He's a chatty Cathy.
Remember when Standing Rock? What year was that? The Pipeline.
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
Now,
granted,
granted,
yeah,
I was about to
granted,
say he
some
has
things,
good. Sometimes
yeah.
he has good points. He actually cares about certain topics, but he's stupid. So like some of the stuff, like he's an activist in heart. I want to say. So like,
I would,
remember when we were doing 2020 when niggas were talking about not playing? He was the main one talking about not playing.
yeah,
It's like I respect Kyrie because like Standing Rock, that's a good
yeah.
cause to
He'll
stand on.
stand on his shit, but the problem is standing
He's
on your shit,
stupid.
right or
Sometimes he
wrong,
stand on the wrong shit.
is not like that works when you're not standing on dumb shit.
Exactly.
And it's like I really wouldn't say Kyrie's stupid. I think Kyrie's problem is he thinks he's significantly smarter than he is, and I think
So
he's
he's
smart
stupid.
already. Well, I mean, yeah, whatever you want to
First off,
call
nigga, this you can't say that a nigga that thinks the earth is flat is smart. I will not concede that point.
it.
He's the like people like say he's the smartest dumb nigga there. Like he's so smart.
what if the smartest nigga you knew was huffing farts? What would you think of him?
Guantanamo Bay.
Fartest nigga you know, he out here siphoning farts.
He doing it in secret. He not letting people know, or he
Nah,
asking
he
to put it
DMing
out loud.
random women. Yeah,
Nah,
he
yeah, get him out of
DMing
here.
random
Get him
women.
out of here, yeah. It's like
Man.
I get what you're saying though, because I think Kyrie thinks he's so smart that he thinks he's smarter than other people, but it just makes him come off
Yeah,
as
condescending and like you're a
yeah,
know-it-all and like,
ontological dickhead.
and you speak from and he speaks from a high horse. And again, these are all things that like they're not gonna like really any player that does this, but they're definitely not gonna like the guy who doesn't want to be a leader. They're definitely not gonna like the guy who said all the flat earth shit. They're definitely not gonna like the guy posting the links to the anti-Semitic shit. So it's like, this is my problem. When you already know you're doing one thing that's gonna make you an enemy, for you to then proceed to you're gonna do the rest and then act like this is just well, I'm not gonna change who I am. No one's asking you to change. We're asking you to not show us everything.
Yeah, just
Like,
don't
why
be
is that so
openly
hard for some of you niggas?
shit.
Like
It's an
we
ego
don't
thing.
need to know all of it.
I think it's an ego thing.
No, it is. Again, when you think you're the smartest guy in the room, you have to consistently remind people that like they just don't. You guys just, there's just like a level of thinking and like the way you approach things that you guys just wouldn't.
Listen, bro, I've been to space. I've seen the Earth. It doesn't have a curvature.
You went to space?
No, I'm talking
Oh,
as
damn.
Kyrie, because
I'm about to say,
that's the
damn,
only
where you
way that
get up?
he knows the Earth is flat. Is that he went up there and seen there's no curve, right? That's how he's talking down to niggas, because he knows for a fact he's seen it. Right?
I guess, man. Not to mention, I don't care about what you saw with no curvature, bro. Walk off the edge. Find the edge then. Someone take a pic of it, nigga. What the
There's
fuck?
never been a single flat Earth nigga in history that has found the edge of the Earth. Crazy how that works, right?
Mm. That's crazy, right? But yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Was like, but that'd just be my whole thing. Like, it's just like knowing the issues that us as black athletes and I say us, but like
Us.
y'all. Well, I mean, I'm talking about black people, and then of course add in the caveats of athlete, add in the caveats of millionaire, and all this other shit.
Yeah.
Knowing the shit that you've had to deal with just to get here, and then the shit you consistently deal with while here. It's just like y'all niggas will often create the circumstances for these white people to do exactly what they'll do, and it's just like I hate that part keeps getting left out. Like we just continuously leave out the part where we are literally creating easy avenues because they're gonna have to create those avenues if we don't. You see what I'm saying? Like,
We giving them ammunition to hate
yeah,
on
like
us.
bro, it's like, yo, you giving somebody ammo, and that's exactly what it is. It's like they're gonna shoot regardless because they want to. That's the point. That's the play. And they know that you're a population, or we're black folks is a population that tend to not be defended, and people can get the shit off and say certain things that they wouldn't say otherwise. So knowing that, why are we giving you like I'm not about to pass you nothing. I'm not about to offer you hey yo, hey you I got this 38 in the crib, right? This shit like this shit, no kick, no nothing. You want it? Like, why are you giving people something to shoot at you with? Like, and it doesn't make sense because again, especially when it's so easily controlled, right? Like it's one thing if there's a narrative that's being created and you can't really do much about the narrative being created, like versus
You creating the narrative
you
yourself.
literally speaking, saying things, and then now when people want you to clarify because now they've created a narrative based off what you said, now you don't want to speak anymore. And so guess what happens? Now they have a narrative, except the difference between that narrative and one they would have created is they got quotes from you in this one, nigga.
Of
And that's
course,
the
they got
problem.
videos of you holding a gun
That's
in
my
the
whole
strip
point.
club.
And that's my yeah, exactly my point. And that's the problem. Like, because they was gonna make a narrative anyway. But then you proceeded to sit up here and say, you know what? Here, hold up. Let me show myself holding the cricket.
Yeah.
So that's just all it is. And granted, especially like in Josh's case, I think his is deeper than just, I think something wrong with that boy. But
Oh yeah, for sure.
but even so, I mean, shit, could be something wrong with Kyrie too. But it's also like, well, nigga, you're
Oh no, it's
30,
definitely something wrong with that nigga.
you're
For
30
sure.
something, brother. But go see a specialist for real and start moving different. Most importantly,
Even if you look in Kyrie's eyes, you can see it's something missing there, yo.
it's the other half. It's the curvature of Earth.
Yeah, he ain't found it yet, so his brain not he's just not letting him speak on it. You know? It's not there.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, I'm ready to get the hell up out of here. We got anything else?
Uh all I'm gonna say is Resident Evil 4 is fun, even though I haven't played it all week.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
That's all I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I can
say.
see that. I can see that.
Destiny just got a hold of me. Like it's crazy that I want to play Resident Evil 4, but I don't want to stop playing Destiny, honestly.
I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah, that's all I had.
All right, well, it's been another one. It's been a good one, folks. Episode 90, man.
This is
Um,
episode 90.
yes, it is, man. We 10 episodes away from the big hundo.
We gotta do something special for the 100. We gotta. I don't know. We gotta. Let's do a Kai Sinet and just rent a studio and just have random niggas come in and do magic tricks or something.
Guy walking. Okay, so this is a boa constrictor. And
And then we gotta act all freaked out and fucking scream and jump around and shit. Yeah.
then when the people next door come and they be banging like, "Yo, chill out," we just
Yo, fuck y'all, yo. We going, yeah, we gotta act real
yeah,
indignant too.
yeah, ignorant and indignant. Yeah, yeah. All right, we out.
Let's go.